everybody, I'm Chef Marcus Samuelson, and I'm gonna cook a perfect dish that you guys can cook along with me as well. This is perfect when you're checking out the All-Star Code, when you're going online. This is a great meal and easy dish to do. So I wanted to keep it super summer and fresh. So I got watermelon and tomatoes. Just gonna put them in a bowl with some cucumber, right? Anyone can make this. I'm gonna season it with some salt and some smoked paprika, and just let that sit for a little bit, right? You got the natural water from the cucumber and the tomatoes and the watermelon. I'm gonna squeeze in a little bit of lemon juice in there, and then I also got some fresh mint and basil that I'm gonna rip in and put in. We're gonna serve this with a seared piece of fish. It could be halibut, salmon. So I'm just gonna pour in some olive oil. So in my pan I have salmon being seared. I'm gonna cook it mostly on one side. A little bit of lemon and mint and basil. So all these great, fun, delicious summer fresh herbs. I'm just gonna rip in my mint into the salad. So again, it's cucumber, tomato, watermelon, all things that you can find that are perfect seasonal summer ingredients. It's gonna be a fun cook along that we can do together actually. So this is actually ready right now. I got olive oil, lemon juice in here. I'm just gonna drizzle in some soy. And I'm repeating flavors here. Guess what? In my salmon, I'm just gonna drizzle some soy in the pan as well. Squeezing even more lemon juice. So I got a little bit of soy, olive oil, lemon squeezed in here. I'm gonna flip the salmon. Look at that. Very simple. Slice, right? And I'm just gonna baste it. After you get that nice color and coating on it. And as I'm waiting for the salmon, just gonna plate. Look at this. This is just light and delicious summer flavor. And this is the type of food you can eat lots of, right? And it'll be super delicious. And all the liquid from the tomato, the watermelon, we're not gonna waste it. We're gonna pour that into the pan here. So, salmon is now ready. Look at that. Gonna garnish with a little more lemon and some fresh mint and basil. So don't forget to tune in 7 o'clock on July 25th for the All-Star Code virtual event. It's going to be lots of fun and you can cook along. Thank you so much, All-Star Code family, for honoring me and Bobby Smith this year.
Welcome to the All-Star Code Virtual Benefit. My name is Camille Parson and I am co-founder of Muddling Memories. We are a Brooklyn-based hospitality company that focuses on beverage experiences, and I have two amazing cocktails to share with you this evening. The first one I'm going to show you right now, and then the second one I'm going to show you a little later in the program, so make sure to stay tuned. Okay, so the first cocktail we have is called the Come a Chameleon. It's a vodka-based cocktail, and we're going to use Belvedere today, which, thank you Moet Hennessy USA for the generous donation. You're going to take 2 ounces straight into your shaker. And then you're going to take 1 ounce of pineapple juice. If you don't have pineapple juice, you can use grapefruit, you can use orange, anything to give it a little bit of a tang. Also a beautiful color. Next in our cocktail, we're going to add lime juice. 3/4 of an ounce goes straight into the shaker. And then matching that 3/4, we're going to add vanilla chamomile syrup. If you don't have vanilla chamomile syrup on hand, you can add regular simple syrup, which is equal parts sugar and water. We're going to get some ice straight into the shaker, and my favorite part, shake it up. I have a rocks glass with fresh ice ready. We're gonna strain straight on top, and look at this beautiful color that's coming out. The last ingredient is our blue pea tea. Blue pea tea is a tea that originates in Thailand, and when it hits acid, it's gonna change color. It also floats on top of the drink, so it's gonna give you this beautiful layered effect. Not too much, just enough. Look at that. Stunning, right? Lastly, we're gonna garnish it. 2 dehydrated pineapples straight into the glass. And there you have the Come a Chameleon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the 2020 All-Star Code Virtual Summer Benefit. On behalf of my co-chairs, Frank Baker and Valentino Carlotti, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your presence via Zoom and for your support of All-Star Code. 7 years ago, Christina Lewis, my daughter, and founder of All-Star Code, realized that by teaching young men of color while in high school how to code, and by introducing them to computer science, All-Star Code could narrow the economic gap between the Black and brown community and the rest of America. Since then, All-Star Code students have enrolled and have been working full-time in companies like Google, like Facebook, and they have interned in multi-million-dollar corporations, which would not be available without the training they received from All-Star Code. Christina's father and my late husband, Reginald Lewis, was given the opportunity to study at Harvard Law School during summer in a summer program. He was admitted to Harvard Law School because he was so brilliant during that program. And 20 years later, he engineered the largest $1 billion leverage buyout of Beatrice International Foods, the first African American to be a $1 billion deal maker. Today, we live during perilous and painful times where COVID-19 have devastated many our communities in this country. And because of the murder of George Floyd and many others in the past 2 months, we have been aroused and angry at the systemic racism in our country for the past 400 years. Today, let us look with faith and hope at these students of All-Star Code, because they will be the future Reginald Lewises of their time.
When we're confronted with a challenge or working against superior resources or superior odds, I frequently wonder whether what we're doing is worth the effort. And somehow I remember all of the people who went before, who had even greater odds. So if there's one message that I would like to leave to the class of 1990, it is that you keep going to build a better society in America, to be a compassionate America, that you keep going no matter what. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I completed All-Star Code in the summer of 2014. I was a member of the first ever cohort of All-Star Code.
I participated in All-Star Code back in 2017.
I participated in All-Star Code in the summer of 2017.
I was a part of ASC2.
I graduated All-Star Code in 2015.
2017.
2018.
Summer of 2016.
2015.
Summer of 2017.
I was a part of the first cohort of All-Star Code in the summer of 2014.
I'm working closely with the CEO of the oldest and largest philanthropic organization in New York City.
Starting in July, I'll be working as a software engineer at Facebook here in New York.
Currently, I'm a rising junior at the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania.
I'm interning with Metadata Solutions as an applications engineer on the Patient Cloud team. I'm also interning at Metadata Solutions as a market intelligence intern.
I'll be moving out to start my full-time role at Google as a software engineer, where I'll be working on Google Search.
Working as a software engineer for a large health company.
I'm preparing to start my career as a software engineer at the financial tech company Affirm.
I'm currently a senior at Claremont McKenna College, studying computer science and economics.
If I had a few words that I would say to my younger self, continue to love yourself, and everything that you aspire to be, you already are.
Continue being steadfast in your curiosity. Continue with your desire and pursuit of learning. There's always more information to learn, and while it can seem overwhelming, it can also be adventurous.
Make sure to surround yourself with smart and ambitious people.
It's okay to fail. It's okay to mess up. This is something I learned in All-Star Code.
Never be afraid to keep pushing, keep trying new things, and of course, not being afraid of failure.
My work's not done. Whether it be, helping others, continuing to further education, or just continuing to further for-profit ventures, this is just the beginning.
But more than the technical lessons, I met engineers and entrepreneurs, but not the typical people you see working in tech, no. They were Black, they were Latino, they were women. My entire perception of who could make an impact in the tech industry was flipped on its head.
All-Star Code sparked my interest in code and opened my eyes to the possibilities that can be reached with code.
I'm someone that's been blessed with a multitude of different opportunities and connections with people that have taken me to places I never would have dreamed of years before. And for that, I am eternally grateful to everyone, especially All-Star Code and all the people there.
Through being in All-Star Code, I came out with a lifelong friendships with multiple people. So I would honestly say thank you so much to Christina and the whole All-Star Code team. It's really transformed my life, and I'm really excited to see what's going on in the future.
All-Star Code has changed my life because it has brought a new interest. For example, I want to major in computer science now because of All-Star Code.
5 years ago, I was just a kid from the Bronx who didn't know how to code. And today, I'm a software engineer at Facebook.
But I just want to end this video on a note of gratefulness for what you do and what you make possible. So thank you.
My name is Danny Rojas, Executive Director of All-Star Code. Welcome to our annual summer benefit. I hope you had a moment to check out our Scholar Stations and to donate. And if you haven't, you should text the word All-Star Code to 56651. As you just saw from our Scholar montage, our future is bright. Our students are majoring and minoring in computer science, attending prestigious universities like Stanford and Carnegie Mellon, securing internships and securing full-time employment in the tech sector. I want to give a special shout out to two of our scholars who are starting their careers in software engineering, Cameron King at Microsoft and Gary Coltrane at Carvana. Congratulations, guys. It wasn't too long ago that I was in their shoes, and I reflect on my own STEM journey. I studied biomedical engineering at Boston University, and little did I know it would unlock a career adventure map of sorts over the last 20 years. From biomedical researcher to technologist on the trading floor, to management consultant, working at a growth startup, and to nonprofit. And what connects me to the mission of All-Star Code are its community values: daring greatly, telling your unique story, and celebrating failure. It's exactly what happened in my journey. And you may ask, why is this work so important? As we all know, we're living in unprecedented times. With a global pandemic, systemic racism, and an unknown economic future, our students are laying down the groundwork for their careers in these uncertain times. And we also know technology is connecting us. It's the fastest growing sector with better pay, better benefits, and better resilience in a downward economic situation. So with your help, we can invest in the next generation of leaders in tech. So I hope you enjoy the evening tonight. Don't forget to text All-Star Code to 56651. That's all for now. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great evening.
Hi, I'm Christina Lewis, the founder of All-Star Code. How is everyone doing? Safe? Healthy? Fired up? All-Star Code teaches computer science and core skills to young men of color to ensure that no one is left behind in the race to leave no one behind. Your support is necessary to make that happen. So thank you, all of you, for showing up tonight for our boys. It's been a tough year. I am so proud of this year's programming. We feel confident and happy about the robustness of the virtual experience that we've been able to offer. This is the 7th class of our summer intensive, and it's on track to be another great one. We have 618 scholars, 60% of whom are Black and 25% of whom are Latino. Tragically, 2 of them have already passed. Their deaths, while still teenagers, show the extraordinary challenges that young men of color face in their pursuit of happiness. Fenov Pierre-Louis died of cancer in 2018, and Jonathan Freeman of Pittsburgh died of gun violence in 2019. We all know that the novel coronavirus has disproportionately killed Black Americans. tragedy struck home for us this year. One of our current students had to leave our program due to the death of both of his parents of COVID-19. Let's take a moment of silence to remember these young men and all of the Black men and women who have died or had loved ones die due to poor health care, gun violence, police violence, and COVID-19. The moment will start now. Thank you. Ta-Nehisi Coates said recently, "This is the first time that I think a lot of us have felt like that battle was legitimately joined. Not just by white people, but other people of color. I feel the same way." To our white supporters, it is powerful and necessary that you choose to devote time and money to a Black and brown organization fighting for Black and brown people. Racial equity will only be achieved when white people and non-Black people join this fight. This is a war. And in this unprecedented moment, I am so grateful to all of the Black soldiers, past and present, who have been fighting for our civil rights for centuries. Martin Luther King said, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice." And what we are doing, what we all need to do, is just push. Push as hard as we can to bend that curve. Together, we can do it. We must do it. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Hello everyone, I'm Valentino Carlotti and I'm so proud to have supported All-Star Code since its very beginning 7 years ago, when Lloyd and Christina Lewis sat down with me to tell me about their vision to create an organization that would train young men of color in technology, a skill we all know is so incredibly important and relevant in today's times. All-Star Code trains programmers and coders and computer scientists, but they also train leaders. And they also help to instill an approach that these young men can take with them in whatever field of endeavor they choose to pursue. And I'm so proud to be a part of this team in helping these young men along their journey. It's also my great privilege tonight to welcome my friend Marcus Samuelson. You know him as the great chef, the owner of Red Rooster, but he's also an incredible humanitarian, a philanthropist, an activist. And if we ever need someone of his love and care, it's during these times. And it's been so wonderful to watch all the work that Marcus has done in the community and the giving he has shown and the care he's shown in helping others during these tough times. Please join me in welcoming and honoring Marcus Samuelson.
Thank you so much, Valentino, for introducing me, and thank you so much to the All-Star Code family. Christina Lewis and Lloyda Lewis, you really set an incredible, important organization together here. At this time, at COVID, when we all are going through very difficult moments, to have something that's bright and positive and important at All-Star Code to hold on to is so important. I've met so many of the great young men, students at the All-Star Code event in the Hampton. And it's one of my favorite events, not only because we do the food, but actually because that first cocktail hour when you meet the young entrepreneurs that are pitching you these great ideas, and they are great ideas. And even if they don't come to fruition, it's just important that to have the opportunity. I'm imagining the practice moment, getting ready for it, the teamwork, the learning process of presenting something, to be in the same space and room and cocktail party as a Robert Smith or as a Charles Phillip. That's pretty amazing. One of those students I've actually already worked with, Hayes. Hayes is pretty incredible. You know, his father worked a lot with us at Red Rooster. He's from Harlem, but he's also the youngest ever team member of Google. Way before he turned 20, he led a team of engineers both on the West Coast and the East Coast. Imagine to be not even 20 and already a senior member of Google. And he went through the All-Star Code program. It's pretty remarkable. So, Christina, whatever you guys are doing, it's working. We need more of it. Right now, All-Star Code is in New Jersey City, Pittsburgh, New York City. Hopefully, with everybody pulling together in these tough times, maybe we can even expand the program because it's so important, particularly for young Black men. I'm super honored and excited to be honored this year. I'm going to miss all of you guys because normally I see you at the restaurant or I see you at the events, but it's even more important that we keep something as positive and great as All-Star Code alive. So even if it's been a tough year, just donate when you can. We have an amazing success rate. 98% of all the students that apply to college get in. 618 people go through the summer program, and 160 young men are currently enrolled in the summer program. So this is important. This is about the present and the future. So congratulations to the whole All-Star Code family, and thank you once again, Lloyd and Christina, for thinking of me. All right, see you soon. Miss you. Thank you.
Welcome back! Again, my name is Camille Parson, and I'm the co-owner of Muddling Memories, and I'm here to show you the second cocktail of the evening. Now, before I do that, I do want to say how thrilled I am that my company is part of the All-Star Code virtual benefit. Given the fact that I'm a woman of color, I love to support young men of color who are learning how to code and trying to be successful in the future. So, with that said, I'm going to show you our next cocktail called an apple a day. This cocktail requires Hennessy Cognac. Thank you, Moet Hennessy USA, for the generous donation. You're gonna add 2 ounces straight into your shaker. And the next ingredient is our Snickerdoodle syrup. Yes, this tastes like a cookie. It's a proprietary syrup to us. So if you don't have it, you can use regular simple syrup, 1 part water, 1 part sugar. But regardless of the sugar that you use, you're going to put 1/4 ounce into your shaker. And the last ingredient is our apple bitters, and you're going to do 4 dashes of that. I'm going to add ice. Now this cocktail doesn't require shaking because it's a booze forward drink. It doesn't have any acid in it, so you can easily just stir this. I'm stirring with a bar spoon. If you don't have a bar spoon, that's perfectly fine. You can take your shaker and just give it a little swirl. The point here is just to dilute the drink just a little bit. So you chill it. And there's a little bit of water in there. I'm gonna take my rocks glass with ice. You always wanna strain a cocktail over fresh ice. And this goes straight into the glass. I'm gonna garnish this with a cinnamon stick and Luxardo cherries. And there you have it, your apple a day. If you'd like to donate, please make sure to text 56651. Thank you so much for being here. We truly appreciate you, and cheers.
Welcome everyone to the All-Star Code Summer Benefit. It's pretty incredible. This is my 6th year being the co-host of this event, and I'm very proud of the organization. The reason that I continue to support All-Star Code is I think they're playing a critical role in helping leveling the playing field for African Americans in our country. Technology is absolutely critical to our economy. It's the fastest growing sector, it pays the most money, and it's creating the most jobs, and African Americans are desperately underrepresented. All-Star Code is playing an important role in trying to fix that problem. I also have the opportunity to introduce this year's honoree, Robert Smith. It's always nice to introduce someone that everybody in the audience already knows. Robert founded a private equity firm called Vista Partners. Over the last 20 years, Robert has built it into one of the largest technology-focused private equity funds on the planet, employing over 70,000 people and managing about $65 billion of assets. He's had an incredibly impressive career. But my relationship with Robert is a lot more personal than that. I met Robert back in the summer of 1994 when I started in the mergers department at Goldman Sachs. Robert was a friend and a mentor. He's been incredibly helpful to me personally over the course of my career, and I value him and love him for all of that. But in addition to Robert helping me and having an incredible career, I think Robert's mark on the world is really driven through his philanthropy. He's been incredibly generous, but also very creative in how he's supported groups targeted mostly on African Americans. Of note, he paid off all of the college debt of the Morehouse graduating class of 2019, an incredibly novel idea at the time. More recently, he started the Student Freedom Initiative, which is focused on relieving students studying STEM of their college debt, not by having to pay back student loans, but by using a portion of their future income. So with that, I'd like to welcome this year's honoree, Robert Smith. Robert, I can speak for everyone at All-Star Code in that we are incredibly honored to have you here today. 2020 has been an incredibly challenging year, and you represent the best of the best. You push us all to do more, and you push us all to work harder. I'm proud to call you my friend, and thank you for all that you do.
Good evening, and thank you, Frank, for that generous introduction. And heartfelt thanks to everyone who supports All-Star Code's extraordinary work to develop the next generation of young minority leaders in the tech world. This program does so much to create positive change, pushing us all towards a country where the opportunity to thrive belongs to everyone, and where access doesn't depend on skin color. This is exactly the kind of progress we need at exactly the right time. As this country reckons with the racial inequalities in everything from criminal justice system to the way that we teach our history, one of the most important ways we can create positive change at scale is by enabling young leaders to thrive. The 618 graduates of All-Star Code's Summer Intensive and the 160 current enrollees are well on their way to becoming the kind of leaders who will not only rise to the top of their professions, but who will succeed once they get there. By training them in computer science and helping cultivate entrepreneurial skills, All-Star Code equips its students for the challenges of a corporate America where too often communities of color are underrepresented or shut out. These kids now have access to innovative fields that are remaking our economy and creating generational wealth. Our next challenge is to scale these efforts by helping more students gain access to opportunity and helping those with access to become a force multiplier for progress for all of us. Creating hundreds of success stories is an extraordinary achievement, but we want thousands and tens of thousands. That's how we build real lasting change in the industries of the future and bring that change to communities who need it. You can help these efforts by texting All-Star Code, all one word, to 56651 to donate to this remarkable organization. And you can help in the broader fight by supporting the causes of opportunity and inclusion in fields like technology, education, and finance to create real impact at scale. Thank you again, and have a wonderful evening.